wow, yeah. It's actually a very pink.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm getting anything. I can't see anything. I'm shooting into the sun.
It's too bright.
Hey, look, it's Frank Edward Nora.
Hey.
It's sometimes known as the Rampler.
Yes.
Sometimes known as Ed209, but only to me.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to try and get these chemtrails. Hang on.
Yeah, we've been talking about the chemtrails on this morning's show because they've been so blatant today.
So, what show are... So right now, people watching this on YouTube, what are they watching you do?
This is the Overnightscape Underground. It's sort of this underground radio channel.
Right.
I do a show on there pretty much every day. I'll do, like maybe Monday through Thursday in the morning, I'll do a show on there. Plus, there's a lot more people doing shows on the channel now, which is really interesting. Because I've been doing this for years, and people kind of picked up on this idea that you can get one of these recorders that aren't really that expensive anymore, and just walk around and sort of do a monologue. And I don't think people realize like the monologue can be so fascinating for other people to listen to.
My favorite thing that you do is when you walk around and just describe what's happening as you're walking around. I find that really...
I mean, I sort of say New York City is my co-host, because it really is, because every minute there's something bizarre or annoying or noisy happening.
Yeah, and it's funny when you're trying to tell a story and you keep getting interrupted by, oh look, there's a sign for that. Oh look, there's an ad.
Well, see, that adds a whole dimension to it. So, you know, but that's the thing. This is something that has been enabled by technology. Really, who would have walked around with a tape recorder and then they can't do anything with the tape? Right. I mean, it'll be in their own personal archives. If you can share it with the world almost immediately, it becomes something very, very different.
So if people want to hear this, if they want to hear the audio of what they're watching now on YouTube, where do they go?
You go to the Overnightscape Underground, and that is abbreviated ONSUG.com. So onsug.com is kind of the acronym. It's a bit awkward, but that's the place. That's the only place I'm doing shows right now. I've had many different radio shows, of course. Yeah, but this one is this is where I'm doing stuff now. And there's also a lot of other people doing it. I just want to say there's a lot of great people doing shows on the channel now, and such as, hold on, let me get, this is like the Academy Awards. I want to thank Bob, Brian, Wayne, Manny, Sarjay, Chad, Brendan, Eddie, and many others. So I just want to say.
Wait, Brendan, is that the Irish one?
Yes.
Okay. You know, I asked Lisa Peters from Ireland if she had any questions for you, and she said, you know, I honestly don't.
Really? Lisa does not have any questions?
No, she's just not very curious. But, so how did you hook up with that guy from Ireland, though? How did he become
What it is I started podcasting kind of right at the beginning in 2004, and I became incredibly lucky in that a very high-profile publication, which was the Times of London magazine, which is the equivalent of the New York Times magazine here. They wanted to do an article on podcasting, and at the time I may have been one of the only 30 or 40 podcasters out there. This was like in November of 2004, so they randomly contacted me and did like a whole-page article about my show. So I think I got a lot of people in Britain from that. And then just in general, I think I've noticed a lot of people over there are sort of more into podcasts and checking out podcasts. So it's just sort of like I have never been like the most popular podcast or anything, but just sort of being in the directories and stuff. You know, a couple people out of 1,000 will find it. So
Now, I do a TV show locally called the 209 Show, and you have been fascinated with the number 209 as long as I have, since the mid-'80s. Do you want to tell us about that?
Well, I discovered 209 in 1985. In fact, it was early September 1985 when the United States of America was 209 years old, right? 1776 to 1985. And it was basically my first day at college. I had dorm room 209, and someone I met who was talking about the secrets of the universe had room 209 in an adjoining dorm, and that really made me start to get obsessed with it. And I really, truly spent years of my life trying to figure it out, developing systems around it. I viewed it as a method of altering reality for your own entertainment. And, but I would say it took me down some very blind alleys in life, and I'm glad that I've sort of begun to get over it. I'm into a new number now, 1423.
1423, yeah, see, okay. Well, 23 and 14, to me, those are both negative numbers. You and I are weird. Are we schizophrenic or something? What's up with that?
No, I mean, I do think that numbers are like a language. And I think 209 has a meaning. If you break it down to its two factors, only two factors, 11 and 19, in the occult or supernatural world, they have meaning. I think 11 is a symbol for the New World Order, or especially who's going to be leading the New World Order.
It's a CIA number, that's
Some people call it like the Antichrist. 19 is a number of the moon. It represents the moon in kind of an obscure way. So I think the meaning of it is that the world leader is going to be an alien from the moon.
There's no other way to interpret it. I mean, you must be right.
That's the interpretation. I don't know how that, like, I don't know why. Maybe back in America's 209th year, they were like beaming out the number. You know, kind of like in the TV show Lost, they're beaming out those numbers, and some people are picking them up. So maybe you and I both were just received the number.
So, all right. So we know how to watch your show, listen to your show, not watch your show, and we know about the number 209.
Yes.
So, what about you? Who are you? Who are you when you're not the Rampler and you're not the overnight skate guy?
I'm a very normal person. Right. I work at a Midtown marketing agency, working for you know, financial marketing. So nothing could be more sort of the opposite of the kind of shows I do. And yeah, basically I started off out of college working on the Macintosh computer, desktop publishing and things like that. So I always got into the Photoshop, the graphics, Quark Express, that kind of stuff. So I've always been able to have sort of a regular job in that field. So that's been good. And I'm married. I have 2 cats. I live in a condo in New Jersey. So I'm a very normal person. I think I'm the average American. Right. Other than doing shows about you know, conspiracy theories, time travel, and coffee, and all that kind of stuff. Okay,
one final question.
Yes.
Can you name one of my arms after a Monkees song?
Oh, that's see, I already trying to think what would be a good one.
All right, well, if not Monkees, then someone else.
Zor and Zan. There you go. I'll name your leg Zan. Your arm is Zor. Yeah.
Thanks,
all right.
Frank Edward Nora. Tune in to the Overnight Skate on that address right on the bottom of the screen.
Yes.
Talk to you soon.
There it is. Homestuck.com.
Okay, thanks, Frank.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Great.
Thanks a lot.
So, should I stop recording for a minute so we can talk as regular?